All right, I am live. Thank goodness. I'm late. All right. Just a few minutes. Thank goodness. This is plugged in, right? Making sure everything is plugged in, fully charging. No any weirdness happening. Oh, hey everyone. Just trying to make sure my laptop is charging. There we go. All right. There we go. Hi, Ari, the Aries Princess. Hi, other Ari. Hi, Z. Hi, Sand. I am doing good on this Saturday. I am super excited. Classes are almost over, so I'm very happy. How are you all doing? Let me know. I'm just shuffling away here, making sure that everything is shuffled. Sarah says, hey, I'm about to go on a date. Can I ask if Steve is the one for me? Sure. Let us get into it. All right. So happy to see you all. Glad we are getting into the questions. I think everyone knows readings are free. If you like the reading, feel free to tip. And if you want to skip to the front line, all you have to do is super chat. But let us just get started with Sarah's question. Is Steve the one for Sarah? Okay. These cards are facing all sorts of directions. This is really irritating to me. There we go. That's better. That's better. One. Oh, card flew out. We got the Queen of Wands. That shows very strong potential, shows that there's a lot of chemistry there, a deep connection, lots of passion. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which I love this card because it represents like potential to grow into a solid relationship. So there's a strong potential with Steve. Like this person could be very supportive for you, could be a good fit that you guys could build and grow into a committed and loving and caring relationship. So I think there's a strong potential there for this person to be the one. So yeah, go on the date, enjoy yourself. The cards are all for you and Steve working out. What would be the best age for me to have kids? 25, 26, or 27? Well, let's see what the cards say. But, you know, it's always, you can always have kids at whatever age you feel is best and you feel the most stable and healthy to do so. But let's see what the universe sees. You are welcome, Sarah. Hey, everyone coming in. How are you? Hope everyone's doing okay. Let me know how your weekend is going. And if you're excited for, you know, Thanksgiving, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, or if you're even American, you may not be. Not, a lot of you aren't American. But let's go into what would be the best age for me. Oh, let's calm down, cards. All right, let's pull the cards. We have 25, the Eight of Pentacles. We have 26, the Hierophant. And we have 27, the Knight of Swords. I guess out of those ages, it says 26. The Hierophant represents like a lot of community and support. And I think because the Hierophant has this sort of like religious sort of ideology connected to it, and I think a lot of religions like to promote procreation. That is another sign that that would be the best age out of those three ages. But obviously, it's up to you on how you would choose to live your life, Ari. So, all right, let's see. We have. Let me scroll this. Oh, forgot to put these cards back in and flip them the right way. The next question is from Ari. Financial advice. Let us get straight to this. I love how you guys are encouraging each other in the comments, and that is amazing. I love that. Continue to do so. Keep up the positive energy. We could all use encouragement. So, what is some financial advice for Ari? We have justice. Obviously, justice is always about balance. And not only is it about balance in terms of like spending and saving, making sure that you aren't, spending more than what you have. Essentially, that's pretty solid advice here. Making sure that you're saving for a rainy day, making sure you're making logical decisions when it comes to finances. Justice focuses on things that you need, not necessarily always going after things that you desire. If you feel like a purchase is too big for you, or if it is going to set you back, like I heard something along the lines of a lot of people are in debt from the holidays still from last year because they were overspending, which I didn't even realize people did that. Don't do any of that. Justice is all about that balance. Justice is like, don't spend what you have. And if you're going to spend money, make sure it makes sense for you. Make sure it's a logical purchase. Make sure it's something of value. And then also, on a side note, if you are interested in starting a business, then justice would be encouraging that, because we have the balance of scales. The scales are connected to the marketplace, which is like, I'm starting a business, I'm selling something, I'm offering something. And then also, since it's about balance, reciprocity, kind of like trading, like I offer you something, you give me something. So it can also be encouraging you to start a business if that's something that you have in mind, which is obviously always solid financial advice. It is hard to make a lot of money without starting a business, if that's what you're interested in. Where am I in the comments? Let's see. Here we go. We have Z asking, what is the gossip about me right now, if any? Don't forget to like the video, everyone. I really appreciate it. And if you like the reading, I don't think I put my tip thing in the comments. I don't know if I can pin that. Oh, I forgot to do that. Let me do that now. See, I always think I'm doing all right, but then I forget things. I got too much on my plate. Okay. And then I'll put in. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, if you like the reading, feel free to tip. And let me pin this so it doesn't get lost in the comments. And I really appreciate that. And if you'd like to skip to the front and have your questions answered, all you have to do is super chat. I will be on for about another 30 minutes, I believe. 30. I'm on for like 45 minutes. So that's like 30 more minutes. But well, more than 30 actually, but whatever. I'll be on. So let us get back to the questions. Where was I? Z wants to know what's the gossip on them right now, if any. And hello to everyone coming in. I forgot to say hello to Get It G. How are you? Good to see you again. I love seeing you all returning. Okay. Love to see it. Let's go. Let's go. The gossip. We have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the 7 of Wands. Interesting. The gossip isn't that bad. It's kind of like people feel like you're just working hard and grinding away. Like the 8 of Pentacles is very much focused on their craft and making sure that they are perfect when it comes to their delivery and what it is that they are trying to put out there. So I guess the gossip on you is that you work hard, especially with the 7 of Wands here. They feel like in a way you might be very focused on, you know, either your hobbies, your crafts, your job, or something along the lines of that. Because when we have these cards, they're not very sociable cards. Especially the 7 of Wands can be a card of like, hey, like, back off. I don't want to talk to you. Not to say that you have that attitude, but people may be feeling that way because you're so focused on achieving your goals or your work or any hobbies or tasks that you're doing. Sometimes I can also even get the 8 of Pentacles to represent somebody who's like head is in their phone. So they're always looking at their phone. And so people don't like want to say anything to them because it's like kind of awkward to approach somebody who's like looking at their phone. Not saying you're doing that, but that is something that is that people do, okay, with this card placement. He said, it's true, I'm a hard worker and I've been trying to be more social. Guess it's not working out. Well, you know, it's practice makes perfect, you know, like it takes a while to sort of change those habits and switch things around. So, you know, I think if you just keep going at it, people will start to see you as being like more sociable and everything, if that's what you desire. Okay. All right, the Aries princess. How will my next date be like? Let's hope I get good cards. Yeah, I'm hoping you get good cards too. I'm sure this date will be great. Let's see. All right. Let us go to this. All right, all right, all right. Let's get it here. We have the 4 of Wands. I think this next date is going to be pretty great. We have the 4 of Cups reversed. So the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Cups reversed. This is going to be a pretty good date. It sounds like this person is going to be very exciting. You may have had some reservations about maybe this person in the beginning, but they slowly open up and they get from this place where you're like, oh, you're not boring. You're actually a very interesting person. I actually enjoy having conversation with you and hearing what you have to say. It feels like to me that you two may even have a lot in common. So there's a sense of familiarity because the 4s are kind of about stability. So it's not about change and things that are being too drastic. So this person may even feel like a little bit familiar to you, which makes me think that you two will have a lot in common on this next date or whoever this person is. So I think it'll be a great time, the next date that you go on, for sure. All right, let me get into these cards. You are welcome, Z. Hi, anyone else? For anyone who is coming in, granted, I think most people are familiar. I want to let you know all questions are free, but if you want your question to come to the front, all you have to do is super chat. I am on for, I believe, is it 30 minutes? You know, I can't even look at the time. I just wait until it's a little under 30 minutes. I was late, so so I have to like look at the timer and do math in my head, which I am terrible at. I am terrible at it. Okay, just want to say that. Let's get into this next question. And also, if you would like to tip, my little PayPal account is at the top if you like your reading. And I love and appreciate tips. And don't forget to like the video. I really appreciate likes. Let me get into this. All right, comfort message from Spirit. Ari wants a comfort message from Spirit. Let's see. I don't know if this charger is working right. Should be, but we'll see. We have the 6 of Swords. And we have the 4 of Swords. So this comfort message from Spirit, Ari, is letting you know that you're about to get into a better period. The Six of Swords is always about better days, leaving those rocky waters behind, going off to seek better opportunities or circumstances that are coming your way, circumstances that are more peaceful, circumstances where you can rest and feel like, oh, I can be myself, I can relax, I can just not be so tense and have to worry about someone, stabbing me in the back, because the Six of Swords comes from that Five of Swords energy, which is so chaotic, which is so so tough energy to deal with, very challenging and combative, and just feeling like, oh my gosh, it's always a war every other day. So you're going to move into a place emotionally, mentally, or just appeared in your life that's just a little bit more calm, a little bit more relaxed, and you're going to have some more time to yourself. I will say that with the Four of Swords energy, it's like finally you can rest. All right. San says, I have a deep love for a friend, but it's platonic. Is use love as deep for me as mine is for him? That is a good question. Okay. Let us get into this. Oh, hey, Angelus Carter. How are you? Nabita, how are you too? Love seeing people come in and returning faces. Makes me happy. But let me scroll back up and get to these readings. Okay. So the question is use love as deep. Okay. This card's just flying out. Let me shuffle you cards. Relax. Let me do. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Death card. I think so too. I think this person has a lot of emotions and feelings towards you. The Knight of Wands is very much like, I find you so exciting. I think you're so fun to be around. I really enjoyed your company. The Page of Pentacles is very much like, I love trying new things with you. I love when we get to, I don't know, go to restaurants, hang out, spend time together. Like the Page of Pentacles just has that type of energy. And the Death card here represents very, very deep and powerful emotions and transformations. But the thing about all of these cards here is they all kind of deal with transformations, because the Knight is young, the Page is young, and so they're still growing. And we all know death rules change and transformation and growth. So their feelings are mainly growing stronger for you, is what I would say. They feel like, you're a really great friend, and they have a really good time with you, and they feel like you two have a very deep connection that is growing. Okay, so I just want to say that it's only going to grow better with time. So I really do feel like this person has a deep love for you as well, or just very at least strong emotions. Okay, they feel like they're like, I really like this person a lot, and that's growing, which makes sense, right? Let's get. I am losing the place in the chat. Here we go. All right. If you are just not coming in, for those of you who may just be coming in, feel free to like the video. Questions are free, but if you would like to skip to the front of the line, all you have to do is super chat. I believe I'm on for about 45 minutes today, and so I have about, let me do this in my mind, like maybe 20 something minutes left. Okay, so just want to throw that out there for time's sake. I am not a math person in my head. I need a calculator for everything. Let me get into this. And if you like the reading, feel free to tip as well. That my PayPal is pinned to the top. Let us get into this. Everyone, let me know how you are doing in the comments. Let me know what you've been up to, how life has been. You guys already know how life has been for me. It's just literally work, school, and then I've got to film for this channel as well. So I'm always like on the go, busy, doing something. It's nonstop for me. We have Espion Lee asking, what do people in my university think of me? Okay, let's get into that. We have the Tower. Let's clarify that. And the Six of Wands. They feel like you really stand out, that you are somebody who has like a very powerful presence, especially with the Tower and the Six of Wands. They feel like you're somebody who's just like very noticeable, very out there. Sometimes I get the Tower to rule somebody tall, or someone, well, there's a few interpretations. Someone who can be very like va voom, somebody who might have like a very noticeable figure, in a sense that is not as positive. You could say somebody looks disheveled with the Tower energy, or they look kind of sleepy. But since we have the Six of Wands here, something about your image people find to be very impressive, or you may have a very unique look, because the Tower is like, oh, that's surprising, that's shocking, that's different. Not always like shocking in a bad way. Sometimes it's shocking in a good way. Like, oh my gosh, this person has green hair, that, and I like the color green, and that's amazing. So something about your appearance is like wow to people. But if you're thinking in terms of like personality, people feel like you're very honest and vocal, and they think you come across as confident. So even if you don't believe that, that is what they believe to be so. They feel like you're somebody who's just a generally accomplished person, and someone who's, not afraid to speak their mind, is what the combination of the cards are saying. All right. So if you are just now joining, all you have to do is throw a question in the chat, and I will do my best to get to it. Questions are free, but if I don't get to your question this reading, there's always the next live. But if you really want your question answered, all you have to do is super chat, and I will get to it right away. And feel free to tip as well, and I really appreciate the likes. So let's get back to the readings. We have Get It G saying, am I able to bounce back from my setback? All right, let us go. Am I able to bounce back from my setback? All right, we have the Seven of Wands. That card really wants to come out today. And we have the Eight of Cups, kind of reversed in a way, but still good. I think Knight of Pentacles. I think, yes, you are able to bounce back from your setback, especially with the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Cups is still about moving on and going in a new direction. But when it's reversed in this manner, it becomes about things being a little bit slower or moving on at a pace that may feel like, all right, I would like to bounce back a lot quicker than this. But unfortunately, that's not the case. The Knight of Pentacles is also very slow moving. So I do want to say it will take some time, but ultimately, because we have the Seven of Wands, which is always about, let me pursue that victory. Let me keep going. Let me fight. Let me stay in the fight. Let me keep up momentum. Let me not take any losses. This is just a matter of time before I get back up. And then we also have that Eight of Cups, whether it's reversed or not. It's still about like, I've got to move on to something bigger and better. This lets me know that you will bounce back from your setback. And the Knight of Pentacles, he always wants to move forward. He just has to take his time. Takes a while. Like, I remember one time I got the Knight of Pentacles for like an injury healing, and it did take a while. It took a while. It took several months for that injury to get better, but it did. So I just want to let you know that you'll be able to bounce back for sure from any setback. It's happening. It's written in the cards. You're welcome, Espion Lee. There we go. My tongue wants to do its own thing. All right, let me scroll back up. Scrolling back up. Okay. All right. I have been gaining new spiritual gifts, says San, but they are confusing and unclear. What are these gifts that are developing? What are these gifts that are developing for Sand? What are these gifts that are developing? And don't forget to like everyone. And if you like the reading, feel free to tip. And let me get back to this. All right. We have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is all about foresight, being able to look towards the future and to know what's coming. That's pretty much what it's all about. So it's premonition. That's something that would be a spiritual ability for you that is coming your way, being able to, see a little bit of the future in a way. That's one of the spiritual gifts. And we have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups. Now that's interesting here because the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups, that to me is more so like being able to, it's less of a, I mean, I guess it could be a spiritual gift, but it's like tuning out the noise and being able to listen to who you want to. Sometimes if you're like very attuned or you have like a heightened awareness, it kind of reminds me of the show Medium, where she would have episodes and she'd have like a bunch of 100 ghosts at her bed, and they would always like be talking to her, trying to get her attention and things along the lines of that. This combination is kind of like, you know what? I'm going to learn to tune things out and only listen to the ones that I want to listen to instead of having all these people in my ear and at once. I'm going to be able to be more focused. And if I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. So this can be about like receiving messages that if you're receiving a bunch at once, this is you being able to focus on one. If you're receiving a lot of like predictions or insights or intuitive, sequences or things coming your way at once, this is you focusing in on just a few. If you have someone, if you have some sort of like medium psychic power, spirit messages coming through, this is you being able to focus. And so those are the spiritual gifts that are coming in. It's more like refinement and then also being able to, like I said, see a little bit towards the future. All right. Let us get into the rest of these. Let me shuffle this a minute. Should be on for the next, I think, 15 minutes or so. So if you would like to get your question answered this reading, all you have to do is super chat and I will get to it right away. If not, I will just continue to go in order as per usual. Now let us go. Ari the Aries Princess says, why do I attract so much jealousy from others? And you're welcome, Sand. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Ari says, why? Okay. I just lost my place. Why do I attract so much jealousy from others? So much jealousy from others. Ooh. We have the Fool. Maybe you've come across very carefree, someone who is very happy, someone who has a lot of joy and excitement in their life, someone who's young, someone who has potential to go in many different directions. A lot of people get bothered by those who are very happy or very much like excited about the next thing, or people who don't get caught up in, staying in this place of misery and things along the lines of that. The saying, misery loves company, right? So people are jealous of the fact that you may be able to brush things off, move forward, despite any circumstances or issues or challenges that may arrive. It's that Fool energy. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to let things get me down. I'm going to treat it as a lesson and a learning opportunity. And like I said, the Fool can also represent someone being kind of like, giggly, happy, laughing, things along the lines of that. And people may be jealous that you are able to do so because they are so caught up in their own sadness and negative thinking and thoughts that can just be not healthy. So that's one of the reasons that people are jealous. Also, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is pretty straightforward. It's kind of just saying that they have low self-esteem. They're insecure. Like the Five of Pentacles is representative of having low self-worth, if any at all. You see that they're out in the cold. They're outcasted. They're just like, nobody likes me. I don't even like myself. I hate this circumstance. So that's why you're attracting so much jealousy. It's the fact that they themselves don't feel good about themselves, essentially, is what the cards are saying. But I mean, I feel like we kind of knew that, but it's nice to know that the cards are kind of reiterating that. Oh, Z says, what would be the outcome if I went to the end of the project wrap party next year? What would be the outcome if I went to the end of the project wrap party next year? Let us get into it. We have the Eight of Wands and the King of Cups. That's interesting. And the Moon. I don't know. Do you got like do some people have like a little bit of beef with you? I don't know. Because when I get the King of Cups reverse, this person is so like very much they are in a headspace that's not good. Okay. They know they're wrong. They know they're in the wrong. It can be a very like petty type of energy. With the Eight of Wands and the King of Cups reversed, this represents a little bit of like gossip energy. Same with the Moon, things going in the background. So I really feel like the outcome is kind of like people gossiping a lot. More than likely saying things behind other people's backs. I don't know, the King of Cups reverse is not the best card from what I've seen and how I've experienced it. It's very much somebody who's insecure, very much somebody who is not looking out for others. They're the opposite of nurturing. They may even actually plot on someone's demise. Some people may even be a little bit vengeful with the King of He said, well, saying what? They're always talking about me. They do seem to be always talking about you. I don't know what's going on here, but this is very much like gossipy energy. I would love to see what they're talking about. I want to see what exactly are they saying, because this is such a weird energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So they're mainly talking about, because this is sort of like reversed in a way, they're mainly talking about your relationships or not relationships, well, I guess it is, like, even if it's a coworker relationship, it's a relationship, your relations to other people, possibly even communication, maybe because the work environment can be so sensitive, they may not like particularly, your communication style, or maybe they're misinterpreting how you're communicating. A lot of people had a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to communication. If there's anything I've learned through project management, because project management, we have to study communication, is that people all have these different communication styles. When somebody is very direct, sometimes people take that as very harsh and blunt and mean. When some people are very much focused on their work and their task and getting the job done, then people may feel like, oh, this person is so cold. This person is so unfriendly. This person doesn't want to talk to anyone. This person thinks they're better than other people. Like, it's kind of like that type of energy, or this person doesn't seem to be interested in anything else to do with other people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, they want to go to work and they want to go home. And sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. So essentially, they're kind of like talking about maybe your personality and how they perceive their interactions with you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a flaw on your part. It just seems like maybe the people, they have a different communication style than you. And I think that's what's going on. All right, let me get back to these other questions here. For those of you who are coming in, Grace, I think most of you already know. I I will be on for the next 10 minutes, and I'm going in order. Questions are free. However, if you really, really want your question to be answered, all you have to do is super chat, and I will get to it right away. Otherwise, I will be going in order. And if you like the reading, all you have to do is leave a thumbs up, or you can leave a tip. My PayPal is pinned above. Let me go back to this. We have Sand saying, "Are cockroaches my spirit animal?" I hope not, Sand. That's so funny, though. I really hope not. But Z says, "LL for that. I'm definitely going, and I will look great." Yeah, I hope you. I hope you do. Definitely go. Look fantastic, and make them mad. You know, the cockroach is my spirit animal. Let's see what spirit says. We have the devil. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. I don't think that cockroach is a spirit animal. Ari, the Aries princess, why can't people just leave me alone and avoid me if they don't like me? They either are fake nice or they go out of their way to be rude, usually. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups. Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Cups here. Okay. Why they go out of their way to do this? My initial thought is the fact that they seem to be bored. Like, that's the first thing that pops out of my mind when I see this combination of cards. You know, it's kind of like they have nothing better to do. When we have these here, they have these things here. They're ignoring the fact that they can choose different options, which the Four of Cups shows. Like, you already presented, hey, they could leave you alone. They could find something else better to do. They say, no, like, I think I'm going to ignore all of that, and I'm going to just poke at you or something along the lines of that, or be rude or be fake. Like, they don't want to do that. But let's see if we can get a little bit deeper when it comes to the reasons, what Spirit wants to reveal. The Nine of Swords. Maybe it's likely that they have a lot of intrusive negative thoughts. When I get the Nine of Swords, it's kind of representing their thinking is so negative that they are always going to create a reality where they are, I guess, imitating the thoughts in their mind. They have a lot of negative thoughts, and so their behavior is going to be very negative, and it's going to be very disempowering. They are essentially enacting what's going on in their head. Because they are nasty and mean to themselves, they're going to be nasty and mean to you. And that's how they choose to view the world. So it's a lot going on with them mentally, is what I see. The spider. That's so funny. The emojis. That's funny, Sand. All right. Let us get into this. We have about like 5-6 minutes left for questions. So if you really want to get your questions answered, all you have to do is super chat. I'll get to it right away. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going in order. And if you don't get your questions answered this live, all you have to do is join the next, and I will get to your questions then. If you like the reading, feel free to leave a thumbs up, and you can tip, which I have pinned above. All right. We have San asking, should I work with Odin? Should I work with Odin? Should I work with Odin? Okay, that fell. What was that? We got the Six of Wands. It says, yes, you absolutely should work with Odin. That's going to be very beneficial towards you. And I guess I don't know what you're working on, but it's going to be a success if you two end up working together. So keep that in mind, Sand, if you really want to work with Odin. Ari, the Aries Princess, asks, will I end up moving in with my friend next month in an apartment? Will you end up moving with your friend next month in an apartment? Let's see. Will Ari end up moving? Okay, this card fell out. We have the Seven of Wands. Sorry, the Seven of Cups, not Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like when we have these two sevens here, the Seven of Cups and Seven of Pentacles, it's like, I'm thinking about my options. Lets me know that, I don't know, it's up to you if you want to move in next month, but the cards let me know that there's plenty of options in terms of apartments and even timing when it comes to that. And honestly, these are cards of like contemplation and consideration. They're not cards of action. So my initial reaction is like, no, but if you, I don't know. It's kind of like if you want to, you can, but the cards are kind of implying that you're going to take your time deciding and look at different options that are available to you, or maybe you will even research and find more options that will be better suited for you, that you feel like are a better investment of your time, your energy, your efforts, your money, that you're like, okay, I really do think that this is going to be the apartment for me. So like I said, my initial action is like, I don't think it's going to be next month. I think that there's still some other apartments or living situations that you may want to look at and consider, because these cards are all about reflection and thinking about your options and seeing what's out there, things along the lines of that. But it does seem like you're moving in the right direction with all of these sevens here. Shows that you're really going to be thinking hard and making a decision, hopefully soon, He's a private chef and I have health issues. I'm trying to tailor a diet that will heal these ailments. Glad to hear that. Okay, that's great then. So it sounds like this chef will actually be beneficial towards your diet and maybe helping, hopefully. All right, let's get into the next question. This might be the last one. This may be the last one. Let's do this. Okay. It is from Sarah. Says, will I hear from Anthony? These cards flew out, but that's too many cards. I gotta reshuffle them. Will I hear from Anthony? Sarah wants to know. Again. I didn't even see the again. Will I hear from Anthony? Will Sarah hear from Anthony again? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Let me clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Swords. I would say I wouldn't bet on it. The Wheel of Swords, the Wheel of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords is kind of like about moving on, going to the next things. Things are changing, going in a different direction. And then obviously the Eight of Swords is somebody who's going to be shy and wants to hold their tongue and doesn't want to particularly reach out. So I don't think so. Unless you want to contact them, Anthony, yourself, more than likely Anthony's not going to contact and reach out to you. But that's the only way I see that event changing. So keep that in mind. All right. I think that might be it. I'll do one last question because I have a few seconds left. And that's this Angelus Carter saying, hey, can I ask if my return to sender worked on K back in August? Messy, but it was deserved, I guess. Messy, but it was deserved. Okay. My return to sender worked on K back in August. Let's see. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Swords reversed. So the Seven of Swords reversed is about someone kind of like coming back and apologizing, being someone who didn't get away with their thing. I don't know if you were being sneaky or anything like that. I'm not quite sure on the full interpretation of things, but essentially, the Seven of Swords is someone who's kind of like got caught in a trap. Like they tried to escape, they get caught, and they have to come clean or something along the lines of that. So I don't know how that, if I'm interpreting this right for this message, because I may not completely understand it. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess I'm not sure if it really understand the message. So that might be my thing when it comes my interpretation on my part. Return to sender worked okay back in August. Return to sender. I'm guessing you return the package to them. Right? I'm guessing so. Like, I mean, they may have gotten the package, but I'm not really sure what the effect may have been on them. I mean, obviously, maybe shocked if we're going to go with the Seven of Swords reversed, and it's about like, okay, I'm kind of in a shock. All right, that I got caught. Nobody is happy that they got caught. But if that's the reaction you were looking for, where they're a little bit like, oh, a little shocked about things, and that's what happened. But that is what I have for you, astronauts. I will see you next week. Next week is the last week for free readings. And then after that, it is all paid. And I have been so happy and appreciative that I get to read for you, astronauts. Not that it's over. I get to read for you, astronauts. If your question didn't answer, all you have to do is go head over to that next live next week, and that will be posted by Tuesday night, the time of when I will be going live. Look out for the reading on Thursday. And don't forget to pay attention to the polls and pull away. I'm in the middle of editing, some of the videos that you've currently polled. So keep it up. And I really appreciate it. And thank you so much. And we'll see you all next time. Bye. Oh, it says it's a spell of sorts. Return to sender spell. It returns negative energy that was sent your way back to the person. So your answer kind of makes sense. Oh, okay. I see. So that makes sense then. So then, yes, I would say that worked. If the Seven of Swords is someone trying to get away with something, reversed, it's like they didn't get away with it. So yeah, return to sender is them getting that negative energy back, right? They couldn't get away with what they got. So yes. Okay. All right. I will see you all. Bye. Goodness, so ladybug.